Hey you guys, it's Elle and welcome back to my channel and happy Foundation Friday. So today we're going to be trying out a brand new foundation from CoverFX, and I absolutely love this brand. You know, I love their translucent setting powder, but I just love what this brand stands for, and I'm really excited to try it out. So before we do that, hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and let's do it. First of all, I love the shade ranges of this foundation. It is literally 40 different colors, which is fantastic. And they also, CoverFX has always done things by undertones. So obviously, I have it right here in front of me. What they say is basically you have P, so it's like P and then a number. That's for pink undertones, N and then a number. It's neutral, G and then a number, and then G plus, which is, sorry, G is for golden, and then G plus is golden olive, which I love that they really support this color family because so many other brands do not cater to this, and it's a very hard undertone to get right. All right, so fantastic. I love it. So this product, so by the way, we are sitting again in my bedroom looking out into some beautiful weather today. I just needed a break from the studio. You know, we had been there for 4 days straight with the last series I just completed yesterday, and so I just wanted some fresh air, and I hope you guys don't mind. But this formula, which it's right here, this little guy, I actually did get the whole thing. This is 1.18 fluid ounces, so it's more than a normal foundation, so I love that. Even though it looks smaller, the packaging is just condensed and you know, more thoughtful in my opinion. So this formula, this is what they say about it. It is a vegan formula, which I love. Obviously, CoverFX is a cruelty-free line. It's also formulated without the 5 inflammatory ingredients that really cause people's skin sensitivities, acne, things like that. I do love some of their other foundations, but I was really excited to try this because it's a lighter weight. A lot of their other foundations are pretty heavy. So this is they call a modern matte, all right? So this is my first time wearing it. I'm really excited about it. It says it's a blurring foundation with weightless, full coverage that provides sweat-proof, all-day wear, long-lasting shine control, environmental protection, because it does have a... Why does it say environmental protection? Interesting. What does the box say? It doesn't say that it has any SPF in it, so I'll look further in this in a second. And a finish that will not oxidize, because it probably has lemongrass, their lemongrass drops in it, because lemongrass, the drops that they have actually stops oxidization. So if you have any foundations that oxidize, put a drop or two of their lemongrass drops in it and it will stop the oxidizing. This is ultra, it says this foundation contains a trio of ultra fine powders that weightlessly mattify without looking dull or drying the complexion. Obviously, I am more normal to dry, so I have already really prepped my skin with great skincare as I normally do, but I also applied a hydrating primer. Not a blurring primer, just a hydrating primer. I just used the Too Faced Hangover Primer. It's one of my favorite hydrating primers, just so I could give this a really good wear, because obviously I wouldn't necessarily get a matte foundation. This product is also free of parabens, fragrance, mineral oil, talc, gluten, sulfates, and phthalates. Hooray for CoverFX, man. I don't think people talk about them enough. All right, so ingredients, dimethicone is the second ingredient, just so you know. And I don't see anything in here. It says against environmental factors. I'm not quite sure what they mean by that, but it does have titanium dioxide in it, so that is a sunscreen. So I wonder if that's what they're talking about, but maybe they just didn't get it through FDA because it takes a long time, so they couldn't put it on the packaging. So I wonder if it'll show up a little bit later on. All right, cool. So let's get to this. It says how to use a brush. Obviously, if you are more oily, I would recommend using a brush. Obviously, I am more dry to normal, so I'm going to use a sponge, and it does say that you can use your sponge or your fingertips, so you can't really go wrong with application. The bottle does look like this. It's a little squeezy bottle. I got number N30. I actually looked at getting N35. It was a little bit darker for me, but I figured, hey, let's just go with this color that's more like my skin tone. So this is what it looks like. It's rather kind of, you know, thicker. Since it has it's a full coverage. It has no scent to it because it has no fragrance in it. So it's also formulated without fragrance. So let's put this bad boy to the test. All right. It is going on gorgeously, seamlessly. For me, I really am enjoying this with a sponge. I just would not go in with a brush just because this is a matte foundation. Oh, a little bit goes a long way. A really long way. Okay, so do you see, by using a sponge, this is going to be shearing this out, so you can still see some of my sun damage. Yeah, it's really pretty. Like I said, it's not full coverage because of the way that I'm applying it. So let's see if we can build this up a little bit more. And I'm actually, it is a pretty matte formula on my hand without any primer or skincare on it. So let's see what my hands will do. Okay, so if you are wanting a fuller coverage, definitely use your hands. It feels, like it says, it feels really weightless. I'm trying to see if I can build this up a little bit and cover that a little bit more. So this is definitely a medium to full coverage. This is not, like, I covered it pretty well, actually. I would consider a full coverage foundation something like the Kat Von D Lock-It, but this is definitely more of a, I love how they say a modern matte, because I totally agree with it, and it's going over beautifully with this primer. So if you are more dry and want to try a formula like this, this is so far very, very pretty. All right, so I'm going to get up close so you guys can see. This is what the foundation looks like. Look how pretty it is on the skin. I can barely feel that I even have anything on. This foundation is, let's see here, it is $44, but you do get more than a fluid ounce. So far, so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and apply my concealer and finish my makeup. And I'm not going to set the face because it is a mattifying, long-wearing foundation, so it does have a self-setting mechanism to it. So I'm not going to powder it, but I'll just apply my regular concealer, and then we'll see what we go for the hair from here. All right, I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so everything is on. I did not set the rest of the face. It doesn't need it. It feels super lightweight. I definitely did set the under eyes because it is a different product. I just fell in love with this lip again. This is the YSL number 7. They actually had it at my Sephora today, and I lost my other one. And so I found it again. Yay. It's the best color ever. So anyway, I really, really enjoy this. I'm going to scoot you in so you can see kind of how the skin is looking. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of rehydrating spray just because I find that this is going to look better. And I'm going to actually just do more on the sides of the face. So let's kind of let that sit for a second. Let it dry, let it do its thing. The reason why I want to hit the sides of this with a little bit of rehydrating spray is because it is matte. And so for my skin, it just needs a little bit of moisture. But it is looking really pretty. It went on so easily. It looks to me very, very pretty. Really lightweight. I feel good using it. And like I said, I think, you know what this is this would be a great foundation to do our tip, where we mix in an illuminizing primer. That would be fantastic with this for people like me. So if you guys don't know what video I'm talking about, if you go into my Foundation Friday playlist, it is about, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, I talked about how to make a matte foundation work for normal to dry skin. And I think this foundation would be beautiful for it. I'm kind of in love with this foundation. I think it looks really pretty, and it feels so lightweight. All right, so we're going to give this a really good wear test today. I will see you guys in a couple of hours. Hey you guys, so we are at hour 6, and the foundation is actually looking really, really beautiful. I don't feel like it looks overly matte anymore. I feel like it's looking better and better the longer I wear it. Of course, that's traditionally how matte foundations work for me, but I can't tell you how lightweight this foundation is. It feels like zero on the skin, but I really, really love it. I'm going to zoom you in so you guys can see. It's looking great. It looks like skin. I would not call this coverage though like full. I mean, I could have probably built it up a little bit more, So I probably could have built the coverage up a little bit more, but then it kind of would have looked mask-like, but I'm kind of impressed by it. You definitely have to know how to work this though if you are more of a dry to normal skin type, but I think the way that we prepped it, I think it's the winning combination. So let's see how it holds up another couple of hours, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey, you guys. All right. Let me turn the light on here. All right. Hi. How are you guys? It is really just about to be Gray's bedtime, and I'm about to go put her down. But I wanted to check in with you guys. This is what it is looking like 14 hours later. It's really done well. I wouldn't say that it's super, super long wearing. I mean, yes, we're at hour 14, so it's a long day, but I would definitely, and it's not transfer proof. So I did accidentally bump up against something, and I did have foundation on whatever I bumped in on. But again, I think if I didn't hydrate it, I think if it was just the formula by itself, I don't necessarily know if it would have transferred, but overall, all in all, this is one of my top foundations I've tried in a very long time. So this foundation gets 2 thumbs up from me. I do think it'd be great for oily to combination. So it's bedtime for my baby girl, but I do think this foundation would be great for oily skin.
Mommy, can I see myself?
Yes, baby girl. Can you cover up for me? This is baby girl, she's Olaf.
I'm Gray.
I do think that this foundation would be great though. Oh, there's Daddy. I do, however, think that this foundation would be good for dry skin if you prepped it the way I did and maybe mixed in a beauty oil or a luminizing primer. But I was really impressed with it. I really am. Now, is it going to replace any of my other, you know, all-star foundations that are meant for my skin? No, but did I like it?
It's the baby girl again.
It's my baby girl. Go. That is what a night looks like in my house. But would it replace my other foundations that are very good for my skin type? No. But am I excited to use it again? Absolutely. So I think it's definitely one that you should definitely check out. Obviously, it is a little bit better formulated than most, but it still is dimethicone based, so you can make up that decision for yourself. But again, thank you guys so much for being here, and I hope you guys enjoyed this today. Thank you again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Mwah. Bye, guys.